They still have Trance, they still have Blade. Well, both of them come out immediately together. Tvik looking for the squishies. He's gonna find two. This time the supports are both dead here for Houston Outlaws, and it's Florida Mayhem who stay alive.
A perfect combination of ultimates there. Zupe was able to use the Transcendence, and a lot of that fighting was going to happen on the point, and there's no retreat for where Houston Outlaws had set up their defense. Even if you go backwards, you gotta run backwards around the bell through this door, then there's really no escape out there anyway. And with Zenyatta's speed during Transcendence, he's able to keep pace with that Dragon Blade. Also of note, the fact they use tactical.
They have a bit of a presence on the high ground with the tanks. Fanny is in the usual spot for Ana, all the way in the back right corner, which allows him, rather, to just get those ults, or the nano, but also the heals straight on. Muma taking way too much damage there with that pulse bomb. So he's gonna go down, but he is gonna be quick to get back into the fight. Linkser, however, will get deleted before anything really happens here. Logic's pushing Banny back into spawn, and this is where it can start to get a bit hairy for Houston Outlaws. The Transcendence will wear off in a second, and that's surely going to be a dead Raucus.
I'm not even sure how they were able to get Coolman. He was sitting in the Transcendence. They just focused him so hard, they're unable to heal out of it. It looked like he was going to be able to live through that with that ultimate. Muma's back into this mix now with a Primal Rage. Should buy them a little bit of time. 2 ticks already on the point for Florida, though.
Nearly get the third as well. Coolmat gets eliminated immediately. Going to get overwhelmed, exactly. Tvik back here with the Tac Visor, just keeping Houston Outlaws off of this point. Although, as I say that, Linkser, quick peek from him, gets the headshot on Tvik, drops him, but Logix is going to win the duel versus Clockwork. And while the May is the last-ditch effort here for the Houston Outlaws, Muma desperate to buy as much time as possible with the ice block.
A literal green wall might be saving the Houston Outlaws here as it buys enough time for Matt to get back, and now they're coming in. You need at least one kill to start going around on this, though. The barrier is going to come in from the side of Florida. This one should be all but over as they funnel in last second. Florida Mayhem will finish out Temple of Anubis, or Hanamura, one of the two. Raucus supports, killing supports, cats and dogs linking together, total mayhem.
Yeah, that's annoying for Link, so you unscope right as they come around the corner. Frustrating. Logic's doing a good job of buying some time here on the point, though. But they're keeping it together. Muma backing off to get topped up by his healers, and they are making progress. 1 tick picked up here for Houston Outlaws. Now they actually continue to push this further. It looks like it was because both tanks are dead. Linkser finally wins his duel versus Tvik, and we lose Zupe in the process as well. A very quick point A take here for the Houston Outlaws.
They will clean this up. It's going to be interesting to see what Clockwork switches to. Oftentimes he will switch to a Soldier 76 in this situation. Has to use Clockwork's got this pulse bomb. It's going to be really interesting. He's going to have to go far back where the supports are hanging out. Finds himself a free gift in a support right there. Zupe, Zevoside, taking Z's.
Definitely not expecting that angle there. Zupe getting caught completely off guard. Self-destruct all the way up there, but it's going to be pretty much ineffective in terms of picking up kills. Clockwork still on him. He's got that pulse. He could go right onto Swoosh if he wanted to, but he's going to try and gang up with the rest of his team and take out the squishies first.
4D chest from Clockwork's Tracer. He died to give them a false sense of security. Came back at an angle, able to take down supports. Still holding this pulse bomb. Gonna wait for Transcend to wear off.
Yeah, waiting for it. There we go. Stick. Perfect. Gonna go for the D-Mech here. That's gonna happen. And so they are being very methodical with this approach here, Houston Outlaws, and it's working for them, just keeping those heals alive. You've got Bounty floating on high, and this is gonna be it. A quick tie. 2-2, but Houston Outlaws even faster on the point B. 5:38 in the blank. Almost as bad as seeing through walls. But then you actually have the reinstate. I mean, now Tvik is going to be trying to get up onto that high ground, get that soldier in position to rain in death and destruction from above. Good overview here, multiple battlefronts going, but Clockwork in the meantime is in a bit of a duel on the point itself, making sure that Logix can't get through. Logix going to get the pack, has a bit of an advantage, but Clockwork wins out in the end. And it will be Maniton going for the self-destruct, but no worries there for Clockwork. He can get back around the corner.
It's so important to be able to hit those blink melees. You can queue up your melee before the blink even goes through and it cancels the animation. It's so nice to be able to get that burst damage. Now though, trading back and forth, but trades back and forth will eventually favor the defense. As I mentioned, the spawn about 3 feet away. Tvik is uncontested up here, but I don't know if he's going to have enough to do it. Now with Logix falling, Tvik has to bail.
Tvik has to bail, and they still have a minute on the clock, but they don't really have our ultimates to work with. They're so far off.
They invested a lot there. Been over before it started. A stagger kill there would have been brutal. As it is, they're going to have to sacrifice positioning just to get on the point. They have to walk down main.
Yeah, and you lose Logix in the process. Clockwork, man, he has really come through big in that duel this map. And now, well, it is going to be Raucus committing the trance, trying to keep his teammates alive. They know that all they have to do is withstand this push, and they've got it in the bag pretty much. To be caught in the corner, Clockwork with the zoning, pulse, whatever, just throw them all in there. And the overtime wick burns down. Florida will only have the 3rd point. at the end of round 3. And then while it all gets kind of difficult for Houston Outlaws, as Logix does go for the recall, backs his way out. Progress being made on the point, though. Eventually, they will have to deal with this Florida Mayhem. And Manatee and Zupe just barely working their way over there. Are they going to make it in time? No! First tick picked up for Houston Outlaws. Bit of a mistake there from Florida.
100% free tick there from Clockwork, and he's going to make Swoosh pay for even trying to bully him off the point. That is 2 quick kills. They've gotten Bonnie back in here. This point is over.
Yeah, Zebasai, it is the duel between snipers. If he could win this, at least that'd be like balm for the soul. Not gonna happen though. Cool, Matt runs them over, and they will be Houston Outlaws picking up the first point here on Hanamura. We're moving into B. You can see it, they nearly have to cap B as well.
Like chicken soup for the support main, so interesting interactions that happens. Mumo was down very low. They decided to go for it anyway.
This is kind of just forcing it straight up. Boosted in, Linkser, however, but if he manages to find the tanks, that's not exactly who he was looking for. Eventually, he will fall, literally get knocked off the side. No, Swoosh ends him before that can happen.
I don't necessarily agree with using that there because Muma was dead for a while. He was down below at Little Pack and they dealt with it anyway. So they're definitely going in without Muma in that fight. So to commit that monstrous combination of ultimate,
Can bait out the trance. If they can put pressure on Rockets, get him to use that trance early, that will open it up. But instead, they're just going to go ahead and dive right in. And that is going to be enough to eviscerate Patty immediately. So much damage between the self-destruct and the blade. Linkster's gone as well. And there isn't enough time here for Houston Outlaws to reset. It's do or die. They have to get it done now.
trying to get on the point, but there's just too much alive here for the Florida Mayhem. Coolmat's doing his best, does get one down. Linkser has switched to the Doomfist just to try to get here in time, but I think the point will be over by then. These tanks are low, these tanks will fall.
And Florida Mayhem, oh, just at the last possible second there, the touch to reset, but the overtime will burn down. And Florida Mayhem will be taking the first map in this series versus the Houston Outlaws. Houston Outlaws keeping the streak alive. Beat going, and there it is! That's what we were waiting for. And he doesn't get it, just right on the edge.
Putting the fear in them, though. They have to rotate all the way around. Jake's now on that right side, so where's Zebo going to try to hit his next boop in? Just trying to line it up. There goes Jake, there goes Coolmat. It is a full reset. No one gets credit for those kills.
Because he still has his tac visor. Without that transcend, there isn't a whole lot for them to use to stop him from shredding everybody. And while he does get a helping hand there from Muma, literally Muma punching supports in the face, Zebasai and Zupe gone. And while that is going to be Houston Outlaws successfully shifting the point back their way.
We'll take control of this. I wonder where Jake's going. I wonder where this setup is, because sometimes you'll leave a lot of people back on the point, but they want to get aggressive. They're going to take as much.
Himself after that stick, doing the crouch game.
And back all the way off here, make sure that their angles are covered, make sure that they have to come through front door. Jake goes down, a beautiful pulse bomb from Spic.
There we go, that's an opening. A lot of damage lost here for Houston Outlaws. He wasn't close to his tac visor though. Logix finally gets to use his, nearly hits the Helix. That would have been sick. Even knew where Linkser was going, but he's not gonna be able to capitalize. He has to play along with his Helix, play along with his tanks, and well, plenty of squishy targets here for him to go to work on as well. Coolmat and Rock is gone. And now Logic's pretty much where he wants to be. Gonna be able to rotate around through these doorways.
Attack into Transcend, never really gonna get much done. Just simply does not have the burst damage to out damage the healing that Transcendence does there. It's a pure counter, plain and simple. Unless you've got an on there with a Bionade. But that is going to be Florida retaking the point, 78% to 86. This is very likely going to be the last fight of this stage.
Yeah, and all the way away from the point as well. Linkser wins the duel, however, versus Tvik, but he gets caught in the end by the self-destruct. Awkward. They are still making progress, though, and they are going to be able to rotate Muma over. And now it's a question of whether Florida Mayhem are able to win this fight cleanly and get back to point in time to flip it back. They have to win versus the three that are here, but it's a 5v3 fight, and the sound barrier already used here.
That's a beautiful barrier. It caught absolutely everyone who was in the area. Only Zupe did not get the benefit of that, but here comes a tactical visor. Blown up! Tvik has had enough of your eyesight.
Super sick play there from Tvik. Not allowing Jake to get any damage done, and this is now a very favorable situation for the Florida Mayhem. They're going to start streaming in here one after another. Boink, immediately eliminated. And now it's Jake on the Doomfist, hoping to get in here quick, but he's not going to make it in time. Florida Mayhem take the lead on these Zhang, 1-0. I'm kind of surprised to see them spend that much time trying to hit rockets on each other when the ground war is still going. Progress being made here by Florida Mayhem, but they will be able to touch the point. Boink, you can see, on his skates, up on the walls, barely going to survive, and Logix cannot confirm the kill. Coolmat, however, has been taken out by Tvik, and there we go, Boink, finally eliminated by his counterpart, Zebasai. Outlaws, that's Boink getting it done, and on the point itself, the fight continues, although they are getting forced back. Angry Swoosh gets overwhelmed eventually.
Zebosai's going to stay alive and try to get in here. They have taken down Boink on the other side of things. Zebo's just going to stay alive as much as he can, take that percentage, take the last bit he needs for his sound barrier. 52% on the board for the Florida Mayhem. And now, as you see it again,
to himself all the way in the back line. Now Tvick with the Dragon Blade. Manitin finds Linkster. A big threat has been eliminated, but we do have the tag visor for Jake, and he's just hunting down targets right now, but eventually he will have to get onto this point. Logix blinks away. Zebosai at the tail end of the attack gets caught, but there it is, still Tvick alive here.
Well, there was no need for Zebosai to do that. Luckily, his team is still alive. Tvick is still in here very low. Will eventually get taken down because he doesn't have the AoE. The point, here comes a surprise Lucio.
Surprise Lucio, exactly, but he's going to be eliminated immediately. Logic's not going to miss that time. Well, it's going to be Muma leaping through the window onto the point. Head immediately. Linkster's going to be next. Raucus has to go for the trance just to skate his way out to the point to keep this alive, but they're staggered. They're just dribbling in here. Houston Outlaws and Florida Mayhem with the focus fire. They're holding the line for now. Boink doing the best that he can.
Trying to get everything he can in here. They gotta get a kill though, and Tvick gets the butt to the face. Is a huge visor here. So the bubble drops down, the barrier down as well, so he's not gonna get a ton of value from this, but drops everyone very low. Boink in a little bit of trouble. Kind of dancing in out of the window.
Unbelievable that Boink is still here. Logix finally removes Muma, and we will have Tvick hanging in there, finds the shot on Boink, and that's gonna be it. No! What? Linkster gets it at the last second, but there it is. Florida Mayhem turn it around. It looked dicey on the second point, but they get that 2-0 map, and well, the map lead now versus Houston Outlaws.
Houston the recall, and instead of letting Linkster kill him while he was channeling that tire, he decided to take what he can get there. Jake continues to go to work as Manitin has been the primary target. Another hook is hit. Unable to secure that kill though. That Diva very low. Cool Matt in a little bit of trouble right now. Has to go back for healing.
Get top back up again. They're making a tremendous amount of progress now on this point. However, Logix will survive even with the whole hog batting him around. It's all right. Logix hits the hook, but Tvick will be the one to remove Jake. Still not going to be good enough. And the self-destruct, no hero play there. Unfortunately, they are not able to capitalize. And so once again, Florida Mayhem having to back off and reset.
Comes down fight.
It's possible. There we go. Get him off the high ground as well. Into a direct rocket. Tvick already doing damage. 30% towards that barrage. Going to be a tough shot to hit there on Linkster to get a rocket into it, but still, they are going for the fight. Zebosai throws down the sound barrier, trying to keep his teammates alive. The tower, the tire rather, not quite going to do it, but Tvick mid-air clips Boink.
Jake's tire got denied by an awning, of all things. He could not get over that edge. Meanwhile, the Logix show continues on the ground, not missing any hooks. They will come through and clean it up.
Again, the follow-up shot, and Linkster both Widows getting the heals, and again with the body shots, they need the headshots to collect the frags. Instead, they will survive. Linkster now going to fall back to the point, try and close that angle off, and Linkster finally connecting. 2 big kills for him to slow things down here for Florida Mayhem.
And it's fitting that Linkster has taken over on Hollywood. This is where I remember him really showing up as the Widow. I think it might be his best Widow map by a mile, able to take the high ground as a 4th kill onto Tvick there. That is where the executive is parked on Hollywood Stage 2.
So let's go ahead and hear how it went down for Florida taking point A.
Bear Raucus is going to have Transcend for the next fight. Zupe rather just cracked 50%. They can use this Transcend.
They can, and Jake's got the blade. We do have a tire in play. Tvick is going to get it out, but right into the coffee shop they go, and there it is, 1-for-1 trade. But in the meantime, Cool Man is overwhelmed. Swoosh on the point. Manitin demeched as well. Going to make it very difficult here for Florida Mayhem to hold on to the first point. Stop this exec from getting to work.
They just were able to roll right in based on the fact they had Transcendence going in there. Everyone was healed up. You walk right into the coffee shop, demand a Grande Black, and they get it done there. Still Zupe. Okay, part if need be, and it's rapidly approaching the end point here. They got to get to the cart.
Oh, perfect play from Tvick. Taps it just in time to contest. That's going to allow for the tanks to get through that choke point. But the rest of the team didn't make their way out here, and that's not going to help if Logix is getting his head taken off by Linkster, and Jake removes Zupe at the beginning of the fight. We will have both supports down for Florida Mayhem, and it's only a matter of time now before Houston Outlaws whittle down these tanks and get that payload to the point.
Got Matt out of mech, but that's not enough. He's deadly with the baby blaster. Houston is fighting back in this matchup. Will take Hollywood.
Link's there, Link's is waiting. Swoosh comes around the corner, back turns. That is gonna help, but it only delays the inevitable. But Tvik, yet again, has found Linkser. Will he be able to actually get the kill though? 10 HP and Tvik finally gets the job done.
I mean, it looks like Swoosh made a mistake there early, but it was perfect. He jumped in. He's going to be the martyr of that fight because the rest of the dive was incoming there. They had Tvik set up to come on for that flank. They also had Manitin up there to finish it off. So yes, they lost one, but that is a very well executed dive.
Or at least not going to be able to follow up on it. Linkser, however, closing the gap. He is going to get stuck. No, just barely dodges it. Bit of a missed opportunity, and that actually gave the space here for Logix to start to do some damage. Jake and Muma, as soon as Linkser's out of the picture, Logix going to work.
That's all he needed. He just needed a little bit of help from his friends. He takes down 3. Tvik there to clean up the mess, as well as Matt and Linkser will fall. Tvik and Logix have come to play today. They combined for a full team kill on the Houston Outlaws. Falls to Jake in that duel. Not grand for them, but they still have a lot of stall-out potential. Linkser in the pocket of his mercy, stays alive. Battle still going on in the cart. Swoosh makes his own zoo exhibit back there.
Just hanging out, but now that means he can back off here. And there it is, the opening. Instant res, though, from Benny, not wasting a moment's time. Linkser back into the fight immediately, but that means no res left here for them to work with on the Houston Outlaws side. It's overtime, though. They cannot leave this point. Florida Mayhem, they have to stay put. Swoosh praying, hoping for some heals from his teammates. Zebasai is going to be the one to take it over, and Manitin finally goes down. It's on Tvik now to come up with a big play, but it's not going to happen.
Can they get out? They will contest this. Tvik is lurking in the backlines as well.
Yeah, Zebo popping the wings, just looking to try and keep Manitin alive as long as humanly possible. And Jake in the chaos here, looking for his targets. This could be perfect, and yes! Both supports dead again! Jake making the hero plays here for his team. 10 seconds left on the clock, and this is definitely a fight that Houston will win.
That's exactly what I was saying. So, like, Jake's on Genji, why is that? And then, is Jake a really good Genji? He has his moments on every entry onto the point.
Oh boy, and well, man, Jake now,
it's a countdown.
Yeah, he's just grinning ear to ear. There's another one. Doesn't even matter if he doesn't get the twig because Zupe is out of it yet again, and he will be able to back up here. Self-destruct out in the open, not going to find a target. Logix has won the duel versus Linkser, and Tvik is turning it around. Raucus is gone. There is still hope, perhaps, as Manitin, if he can stay alive a little bit longer, if him and Tvik can work together with the help of Swoosh, there is potentially a chance. But Linkser has been rezzed, and from on high, he's going to wreck house.
It's ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous what we are seeing. Out an early transcend.
And Banny's going to go darting in. Jake has found Zupe, however, and so that's going to be a bit frustrating, but we do have Linkser at risk, and Linkser removed by Tvik to start. Jake still dancing around the corners with Swoosh, looking to end him, but Swoosh taking a lot of damage, looking to fall back, looking to stay alive, just leaping left and right, and yet again, Banny's going to get the res off on Linkser. This is still possible here for Houston Outlaws. Can they get out here in time? Florida may have to challenge this point. It's getting very close.
It's just Manitin on the cart now, and everyone else is getting knocked in the doors. Muma's Primal Rage. Manitin's going to get D-Mac, the Destruct on the cart to get his own people out. Logix falls to it.
And this is it, the moment that Houston were waiting for, and the fans were as well.
You're kind of out in the open on the high ground, most notably right above Linkser you can get on the ledge, and across from Linkser you can. But again, you'll probably die to a Zen in those situations. He gets jumped on, Swoosh takes him down. No resurrection this time, Linkser.
Yeah, he gets tased to death. You're right, no res. That was a big part of it that allowed Houston Outlaws to keep the ball rolling on Gibraltar. And well, Logix getting shot in the face by Cool Man.
That is on this point, and it takes forever to fully get a team off of here. It's the size of a football field, a soccer pitch, if you will, one of the two. But once you gain first control on well, especially, it is so hard to get it back. You need a clean team kill. They finally find one for Houston.
That works, but Jake and Raucus are down. Still, not going to be enough here to bring it back for Florida Mayhem. Hold on to what you've got. Wait until the next fight. Logix with like the desperate dead eye there. It felt well just to confirm it, but a butt will do as well. And the pulse bomb right into the middle of things. Well, he kills himself. Never mind, Jake.
A celebratory suicide there. Meanwhile, Houston has held this map and looking to close it out as Linkser with the blade will take on all comers here. Hiding around the corner, Tvik trying to get back to the point, does his job just barely. I don't think the reinforcements are going to be enough. They got to start getting kills, Florida.
Yeah, that bubble does save him, but Swoosh still trying to... Ah, there we go, the Primal. Now he can really go for the bouncy house, bouncy castle, just bouncing all over the place. Look at this guy. This is going to be so hard to kill him. And well, you know what? Raucus isn't even going to care. He's going to be on the soldier trying to hold this back angle.
In theory, Jake and Linkser rather, who both very low. Meanwhile, Cool Matt opens it, draws first blood.
Wow, it's Vic dropping incredibly low as well. He will be able to get out of there, however. Although Jake has got his eye on him. Linkser as well. Instead, it is going to be them once again managing to get a bit of an early advantage here, Houston Outlaws, with these kills. They're getting closer to those ults as well, and they will start generating percentage. And so here before long as well. Logic's got to be careful, and well, he's just going to throw it out there. Reflect, however, going to deny him a little bit. No! He waits just long enough to get the kill on Linkser. Muma going to have something to say about that, though, but the Primal Rage wears off. Doesn't matter. Muma survives, and Maniton now on the point. Once again, forced back by the self-destruct here from Cool Matt, and the remech happens, but Cool Matt gets caught in the corner. Not going to be mech'd up for long.
Jake is taking down Zeb on the other side of things. They're still very scrappy. Tavik comes back in here. Do they have the horses? Jake still alive here, is able to take down his counterpart in the Tracer. Linkser comes in with the blade, looking to lock this one out.
He has studied it, and well, that is going to be Zupe going for the trance. But that's the desperation play because Logix is going to die horribly, forced off the side. Zupe follows, and Zebasai not long for this world either. Houston Outlaws with the reverse sweep, although there is going to be a tap at the last possible second, and now we have the tanks getting into it as well. No, not in time.